Captain.
Hello, Brand. We just docked a half an hour ago. Any special orders at this end?
No. How about Harvey? Are you sure he got away from the island?
He must have. Captain Mephisto thinks he may have headed for this port.
Well, if he had, we'd have spotted him. I have men posted at all the docks. We're watching his house.
If he got here, the first thing he would do would be to take those blueprints to Professor Forrest's daughter.
I thought of that, too. My men are watching her house night and day. If he's picked up, I'll let you know.
Fine.
Skipper have any news of Harvey? Not a thing. He's either dead or smarter than we thought. Hey, there's Harvey now. Don't shoot unless you have to. Come on. Looks like he's giving us the slip. So what? He'll go to Professor Forrest's house to see the girl. You've got men there to take him. Well, Forrest's daughter may not be there. She's been assisting Lance Reardon in his laboratory. If Harvey knows that, he may go to Reardon's place. We'll find out.
Lance Reardon, the criminologist? I don't want to mix with that guy.
You want me to tell Captain Mephisto you refuse to obey orders?
No, I didn't say I wouldn't go.
All right, then. Come on.
How are you, Lance?
Hello. Do you have any news for me?
I'm sorry, Claire. The police are at the end of their rope. Your father and his colleagues seem to have disappeared completely. Actually, this isn't a routine police job. It calls for some of Lance Reardon's scientific crime detection. We've had to call him in on our last 3 homicides, and in one case, he located the killer with only a battered derby hat as a clue.
But this is different, Reed. We've got to look for a man over 1,000-odd miles of ocean. We don't even have a derby hat to start with this time.
That's right. And there's no evidence of a crime. And no motive for a crime.
There's a motive, all right. If news of Professor Forrest's invention leaks out, a lot of people would like to get their hands on it.
Suppose you tell me something about it.
Dad calls it a radioatomic power transmitter. He says that with a shortage of fuel oil all over the world, our whole transportation system will be crippled. His machine will transmit power from a central base to ships and planes.
Due to the scarcity of radium, it was necessary to form an expedition and search for new sources of this rare element.
Why, it's Spencer Harvey.
Why, these are the plans of your father's radioatomic transmitter.
Then they probably killed Dad, too.
I don't think so. Whoever's after these plans would try and keep your father alive to help them build the device.
2 men got away in a fast car. I'll throw out a dragnet for those killers.
Noted engineer murdered. Spencer Harvey killed by unknown assailant. Spencer Harvey, well-known civil engineer, was shot to death last night at the door of Lance Reardon, criminologist who...
Never mind that tripe. Does it say anything about the blueprints?
Not a word. Maybe Harvey destroyed them.
No, he took them out of his pocket on the doorstep. Well, they were in his hand when I shot him. Reardon must have them.
What do we do now?
Have this ship ready to sail the minute I come aboard. I'm going after those prints.
All right.
My analysis on Harvey's clothes and the post-mortem on his body showed that he'd been in a country of volcanic origin. That narrows it down to this group of islands.
Yes, but those islands cover considerable territory. You might as well say that Forrest is somewhere in the Pacific.
Wait a minute. Harvey's shoes showed traces of sap from the Volusia fern, a plant grown on only 3 of these islands.
Only in 3 of them.
Well, we can do better than that. One of these islands is called Mystery Island. That used to be a penal colony, but is now privately owned.
Oh, I see. Sort of a crook's paradise.
Now, where would you look for Forrest?
Mystery Island.
Right.
You're a wizard, Lance. Is there anything I can do to help?
Not until I get more evidence, Inspector.
I guess you're right. Well, good luck, Lance.
So long, Inspector. I'll keep you posted.
I'll take that, Reardon.
Where did he go?
He got away in a car. What was he after?
Your father's blueprints. I'm afraid we're going to meet some tough people on Mystery Island.
You got my report, Captain Mephisto. After killing Harvey, I,
failed to secure the blueprints of Forrest's machine. Failed to take care of Lance Reardon in order to prevent him from learning of this island.
We kept Harvey from talking, sir.
You hope so. You're not even sure of that. I have word from the mainland that Reardon and the Forrest girl sailed for Mystery Island soon after you left. Let me know when their ship enters the harbor.
Yes, sir.
Reardon is dangerous, may cause us trouble and delay. I must put more pressure on Forrest and Raymond and force them to finish the power transmitter at once.
You can't be stalling on this job, Forrest. That devil Captain Mephisto will kill us both.
Not while my transmitter is incomplete. Don't get panicky. Harvey may have escaped to the mainland.
If you're you're delaying your work in the hope of a rescue, Forrest, I may tell you that your engineer Harvey was killed. He communicated with no one.
You're going to pay in full for all your murders, Captain. Remember, I'm the only one who can complete the work on the transmitter.
What have you accomplished?
There are still difficulties. I haven't enough sustained power. I'll show you. Get the control unit. That model plane is equipped with a motor, which is activated by the radioatomic energy from my transmitter. Atmospheric interference, the nature of which I haven't been able to discover.
You wouldn't dare trick me.
Trick you? I'd kill you if I thought I could escape afterwards. As it is, I'm obeying orders.
Don't tax my patience too far.
He won't wait much longer.
No. And since Harvey is dead, we must contrive our own escape.
How?
Cut through the walls of this room. Mephisto doesn't know it, but I have devised an attachment for the transmitter that will develop a jet of radium vapor that will cut through anything, even the walls of this dungeon. Block the door to keep them out until we're ready.
Come in.
The ship just docked, sir. Reardon and the Forrest girl are on the way here. Do you want them stopped?
No, I have arranged to have them stay in the mansion. I will meet them in my other personality as one of the owners of the island.
I've often wondered how you change from one person to another.
No doubt you have. I'll tell you this much. The appearance of human beings, stature, complexion, and pigmentation is controlled by the molecular arrangement of the blood corpuscles. I have found a means of altering that arrangement.
I understand.
If I thought you really did, I'd kill you. And remember, any attempt to discover which one of the owners is my true personality will result in your immediate destruction.
I hope we're not intruding, but captain of the ship told us to come here.
That's right, sir. Professor Hargraves made the arrangements. I'm Hargraves.
This is Miss Claire Forrest, Professor.
How do you do?
And I'm Lance Reardon. We inquired about a hotel, and we were told that...
Come here. Quite right. There are no decent accommodations elsewhere, and we owners of the island try to take care of the few visitors we have.
You're very hospitable.
We have a unique arrangement here. Mystery Island is owned and governed by 4 of us, who are descendants of a certain Capitán Mephisto, governor here when it was a penal colony. And this is Mr. Armstrong.
Hello, Mr. Armstrong.
Our sainted ancestor, among other things, was a pirate. Fortunately, he's been dead and gone a couple of 100 years.
I beg pardon, sir. He's not gone. He stalks through these rooms when it is dark, and the fishermen say he still prowls the waterfronts.
You'd better attend to the rooms of our guests.
Yes, sir.
I'm business manager of our company. We do a little exporting, you know, sponges and a few pearls. Well, here are the other 2 members of our company.
Fred Braley and Attorney Paul Milton, Miss Claire Forrest, and Lance Reardon.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Forrest? Then you must be the professor's daughter.
Of course. And I never connected the name.
Then you knew my father.
We all knew him, and we were deeply shocked to hear of his disappearance. He lived here at the mansion house with us. We supposed that he and his party had gone to one of the other islands. Some of his belongings are still in his suite.
We expect to make a thorough search for Professor Forrest, and any help that you gentlemen can give us will be appreciated.
Just consider the island your own.
Thank you.
Ruger will put you in your father's suite and arrange a room for Mr. Reardon.
Thank you very much. Here it is.
Fine. Tell me, why is the typewriter so important?
Father kept a record of his trips there and any important papers. There might be some kind of a clue. Look.
What's this? Route to my secret workshop under Old Fortress in Red Hills. See what you can find in the diary. I'll go down and speak to Ruga about Red Hills and try and arrange for a car. Gone out of the window. What did he look like?
Just as if he stepped out of that picture.
Don't lose your head. Dead men don't walk.
Lance, he was the very image of that pirate in the portrait.
We still have the map showing the location of the old fortress. We'll leave for there as soon as we can find a car.
Are you ready?
All ready.
What's up? Reardon's on his way here. We gotta get the prisoners and the transmitter out of here at once. better take a look down the passage. Reardon's due here any minute.
That'll do it. Now we'll take care of anyone who tries to follow us.
That was close. Thanks, Claire.
Too close. Did you see anything of Father?
No, but that's his radioatomic power transmitter.
Then Father's alive and somewhere in those tunnels.
Wait! First, I'll take the power control unit so no one else can use the transmitter.
I was afraid Reardon might outwit you, so I had some of my men posted in the caverns. They recaptured Forrest and Raymond. Come here. What happened to the radioatomic power transmitter?
Oh, my men got it from the workshop, but,
Out with it.
the power control unit's missing.
It's obvious Reardon has it. We must get it back. With Forrest's transmitter as a model, we'll build hundreds of them. We'll have unlimited power at our disposal. Every nation in the world will pay tribute to me. I'll find out what he's done with the power control unit. Wait here.
Then we searched through all the tunnels, but we couldn't find Professor Forrest. However, our discovery of the radioatomic power transmitter proves that he's alive and still on this island.
Perhaps you're right, but how do you propose to find him?
My plans aren't quite completed yet, Mr. Braley, but But I'll keep you informed of all developments.
We four, as owners of this island, are as anxious as you are to solve the disappearance of your father.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong.
What is this mysterious power transmitter? It might help us if we knew.
Well, Professor Forrest has invented a machine to broadcast unlimited power. This, of course, would revolutionize not only transportation, but every other industry.
Where is this machine now?
I don't know. When we went back, it had disappeared, but it'll be useless to whoever took it because I removed the power control unit, which is a vital part, and I have it here.
That's fine, eh, Hargraves?
Yes, a smart trick, Milton.
That's very clever.
I'll send it to the States by first steamer for safekeeping. Now, if you gentlemen would excuse us.
Sure, later.
Claire?
What are you up to, Lance? The control unit isn't really in that box, is it?
No, but I hope no one else suspects the truth.
What's on your mind?
The plan to find your father. It means sticking your neck out.
I'll do anything to find him.
I want you to stay right here. Whoever has the transmitter, by this time will have missed the power control unit and know we have it. They'll probably think it's in this box. Now, I leave the box here. They'll try to get it. With your door locked, they'll have to come through the window. I'll be hiding in the bushes outside and grab whoever shows up.
And force whoever it is to lead us to Father.
Right. We don't want to make this too obvious.
Reardon left the power control unit in the girls' room. We must get it back. Keep quiet, Miss Forrest, and you won't be harmed. I want that power control unit. Where is it?
It's in the suitcase.
Open it. It's a trap. Get her out of here.
Cars following. He's gaining.
When we round the next curve, get out and use the rope. Now, Miss Forrest, where is that power control unit? It'll save us both a lot of trouble if you speak up.
Bring her up.
Now, are you ready to talk?
No.
Lower her again. Leave her under longer.
Don't move. Get over there. Now shut that trap door and make it fast. Managed to drive them off and to get Claire out of the water.
I suppose you got a good look at these two men.
I did. I traded punches with one of them before. And the other was the living image of your ancestor, Captain Mephisto.
Why, Captain Mephisto's been dead for over 200 years. I hope you're not going to ask us to believe in his ghost.
The man I fought was more substantial than a ghost.
That was no spirit that came through the panel in my room.
We don't doubt for a minute that you and Mr. Reardon have been attacked by some kind of ruffians.
Or that they're afraid that you'll find your father in this power transmitter.
Of course not. Those things are all plausible. But this Captain Mephisto really strains our credulity.
That's right. Let's reserve judgment on the captain for a while and assure you whoever these rogues are, we'll try and help you catch them and find Professor Forrest.
I appreciate your offer, gentlemen, but at the present time, I have plans that I think will work.
Good. Don't hesitate to call on us.
We won't.
Excuse me. Pardon me, please.
Oruga, is there a motorboat available that we can use this afternoon?
One of my friends has a speedboat at the pier. I will make arrangements right away.
That'll be fine. We'll certainly appreciate it.
Why the motorboat?
We've got to recover the control unit. It's the most important part of your father's power transmitter.
That's right, but where is it?
At the bottom of the ocean. It was in the car that went over the cliff when I was chasing you and Captain Mephisto.
Well, that explains the motorboat. You want to dive for the power control unit.
That's it, and I'll need a diving helmet. Perhaps we can locate one among the fishermen or sponge divers.
What can I do to help, Lance?
Suppose you go down at the pier and make sure that the boat is ready.
All right.
you learned anything about the control unit, sir?
Everything. It's in the car we sent over the cliff.
Then I can dive for it.
Reardon has the same idea. Joe Benson owns the only diving helmet on the island, so you better get there in a hurry.
Yes, sir. Hiya, Joe.
Was all right, up to now.
I want to rent your diving helmet.
Ain't for rent, especially to your kind.
Thanks, partner.
Thanks for nothing. I wish I'd winged him. You're the fellow staying at the mansion house, ain't you?
That's right. I'd like to rent your diving helmet.
Oh. Loan it, you mean? I'm a friend of anybody that ain't a friend of that feller Brand.
Thanks. I'll take good care of it.
I know you will.
Goodbye.
Reardon's gone out to dive for the control unit. Go to the point and stand by until he gets it. Then move in on him. Fine. He's just doing our work for us. Sure.
Not making much progress on the transmitter.
It's really wasted effort without the power control unit.
Your alibi will hold good only an hour longer. Then the control unit will be brought here and we'll see that you finish the machine.
And when it's finished?
You will live as long as you make yourself useful to me. I'll be back shortly with the unit.
I could hardly hide my satisfaction when he said he was going to get the control unit. I thought it was destroyed.
I'm only in the dark, Professor.
Raymond, I can blow up the control unit and send Mephisto and his men where they belong. Come over here. This device is a remote control oscillator that controls the power transmitter from long distances. When I turn this knob, high-frequency rays begin activating the radium in the control unit wherever it is. It begins to heat up with an intensity that's recorded by the needle on the dial and this tube.
Why don't you turn it on full force and blow him up right away?
That would burn out the machine. But it doesn't take long to heat it to an explosive power. Now let's get to work. Some kind of interference.
got the control gadget. Let's go.
It's working fine now. And whoever has the control unit is doomed.
It doesn't seem to be damaged. We'll leave the lid open and dry it off.
The needle on the gauge seems to be moving up a little.
Maybe the radium in the unit's throwing off energy.
He got the control gadget. Let's go.
That looks like trouble. Get going, Claire.
It's working fine now. And whoever has the control unit is doomed. I sincerely hope that Captain Mephisto was holding the control unit when it exploded.
If so, he'll never know it was your oscillator which caused the explosion.
You'll regret that act the rest of your life, Forrest.
At least your plans will never succeed. The transmitter is useless without a control unit.
But, my dear Professor, you're going to build me another one. Immediately.
Not if my life depends on it.
Your life does depend on it. Think it over carefully.
They almost overtook us when the explosion occurred.
It's outrageous that such things could happen on our island. Have you any suggestions, Mr. Reardon, as to what we might do?
Not at present, but we are not going to stop until we find Professor Forrest.
Are you going to be sensible about carrying out my orders? Or do you need persuasion?
I haven't changed my mind.
Captain Mephisto! Our men were blown up by that power control unit. Reardon and the girl threw it overboard right in front of them.
I know all about that. Did you follow them, do anything about it?
Well, Reardon was armed.
I'm tired of alibis and excuses.
That's what I get after all I've done for him.
It looks as if a nice long sea voyage might be good for your health.
You're not so wrong. If I had the money, I'd get off this island in a hurry.
You spoke with Reardon. Do you happen to know the name of the girl who was here with him?
No, I don't.
Does she look like this?
Why, yes. That's her. Your daughter?
Yes.
She and Reardon came here to find you, but they haven't got a chance against Mephisto.
If you'll help them arrange my escape, I'll see that you receive more than enough money to get you off this island.
Mephisto would kill me if he caught me.
Then don't let him catch you.
Write your daughter a note telling her to meet me. I'll talk it over with her and see what we can fix up.
That's a bargain, Bran.
Tell her to come alone and say nothing about it to anyone.
Claire, I am alive and well, but a prisoner. Say nothing about this to anyone, but hurry to meet a friend of mine at...
Pinnacle Rocks. All right, when do I get my dough and how much?
As soon as I'm away from here, I'll see that you receive $5,000.
I'm taking a long chance on you, Professor.
Someone left this in the mailbox for you, Miss Forrest.
Well, thanks, Ruger. Where can I get a car immediately?
May I drive you somewhere, Miss Forrest?
No, thank you. I'll have to go alone.
Then take my car. It's just outside.
Thank you.
Ruger, will you tell Miss Forrest that I'm back?
She left a short while ago, sir.
Did she say where she was going?
No, and she received a message, borrowed Mr. Melton's car, and hurried off. She seemed very excited.
Do you know who the message was from?
No, but it came in that envelope.
Thank you. This is her father's writing. Pinnacle Rocks, father. I'm afraid Miss Forrest is going into a trap.
B6 calling CM. B6 calling CM. Come in, DM.
This is CM. Go ahead, B6.
Your orders have been carried out, Captain Mephisto. The girl is here.
I'll come there at once and take charge of her personally.
Yes, sir.
Toss that gun away.
Captain Mephisto's on his way here.
I'll be ready for him. My car's at Pinnacle Rocks. Get it and bring it back here.
But you can't face him unarmed.
I'll find that man's gun. Go out through the window. What happened to Captain Mephisto?
I fired at him through the window and drove him off. This shuts off the gas. I saw him operate it.
Don't touch it. We want his fingerprints.
I don't see why we need his fingerprints. We've seen him. We can identify him.
But we don't know where to find him. No one does.
And yet he seems to know everything that goes on.
Right. He couldn't operate as he does. Couldn't get his information without being someone who could come and go at will all over this island.
But that's impossible. He'd be too easily recognized. You're driving at something, aren't you, Lance?
Yes. Captain Mephisto may not always be Captain Mephisto.
I don't understand.
What I mean is this. Either Captain Mephisto wears a disguise, or he has a dual personality.
Surely you don't think Mystery Island has a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Stranger things have happened. Right now, our job is to find the Dr. Jekyll in the case there is one.
Why, it might even be someone we know.
Yes. Possibly someone at the mansion house. Braley, Armstrong, Hargraves, Melton.
You've been extremely fortunate once again, Reardon.
That's right, Melton. Fortunate that Miss Forrest showed up in time. And there's one thing that we gained. The note she received from her father proved that he's still alive and on this island.
But this doesn't give you any hint as to where he's being held a prisoner.
No, but there are some clues that I'm working on.
Let's hope that they prove successful.
If they do, you will be the first ones to know.
Thank you, Reardon. We'll appreciate that.
Pardon.
If these fingerprints match any of those on the wine glasses, then we'll know that Captain Mephisto is one of the owners of the island.
But suppose they don't match?
Then we'll go back to the winery tonight and search the place thoroughly for some other evidence. Turn on the floodlights, Claire.
Just turn around. Never mind the lights. I'll take that knob. Reardon and the girl are coming here to look for Mephisto's fingerprints. Our orders are to take her alive, so don't do any wild shooting.
What are we going to do with her?
Turn her over to Captain Mephisto. He's coming here later himself.
This wine press door wasn't open when we left. Someone's been here since this morning.
Look, there's another door.
Stand guard. I'm going to see what's in there.
was Melton.
He must be Captain Mephisto.
We better go in and give him a hand.
Mr. Melton.
You mean I've knocked out Captain Mephisto?
Keep firing.
You'd better get out of here, Captain Mephisto. There's a speedboat waiting in Emerald Cove. I'll meet you there later.
Keep him covered, Claire. I'm going after the others. They almost finished me in that wine press.
Who did it? Was it Melton?
Let's find out.
Wait, you couldn't catch him. It's too dark outside.
I guess you're right. Anyhow, now we know who his boss is.
Melton. He's Captain Mephisto. He's the man who's been keeping my father on this island.
Don't get upset, Claire. We'll go to the mansion house and force a showdown on this business.
Suppose Melton isn't there.
If he isn't, then it'll prove that we're right.
Now that Reardon knows who you are, you can't return to the mansion house. What'll we do?
We'll have to leave this island.
That's the best bet. You could hide at the sponge warehouse until we can get a boat to take us away.
Right. And we'll take Professor Forrest with us.
Now consider the main facts, gentlemen. Melton was prowling through the winery tunnels. He attacked me without provocation. Brand, who we know is one of Mephisto's men, came to his aid, then tried to kill me. Now Melton has disappeared. Do any of you know where he is?
Well, I don't.
The night isn't over yet.
He may come in at any minute.
Perhaps. But that won't alter the facts that make Miss Forrest and me believe that he's Captain Mephisto.
Mansion house? Well, yes. Just a moment. It's for you, Miss Forrest. It sounds like Melton.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Melton. I see. What's that? My father. Please repeat that. I understand. Goodbye.
What'd he say?
Did he explain?
He says he can explain everything. He's only been trying to learn who Captain Mephisto is, and he thinks he's close to finding out.
Did he tell you where he is?
Yes. He says that if we go there at daylight, he'll deliver my father safe and sound.
Your father?
I knew Melton was innocent. Say, this is wonderful.
It may be wonderful, or it may be a trap.
Lance, if there's hope of finding my father, I'd be willing to take any risk.
I'm with you on that.
If you expect treachery, we'd all better go with you.
Well, where is the meeting place?
I can't tell you. He says that Lance and I must come alone.
There's nothing else we can say except good night and good luck.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I thought you were going to stay at the sponge warehouse.
I was never at the warehouse.
But I took you there.
You took Melton. He made a complete fool of you. Fortunately, I was present when he telephoned the Forrest girl. Where are you taking these men?
To the sponge warehouse. You said... Well, Melton said we had to clear out.
He was very clever, and you were unbelievably stupid. Get back to work on the transmitter. So Melton is at the sponge warehouse. We'll go there and pay him off for his cleverness and be ready for Reardon and the girl when they arrive. Drop your gun, Reardon.
So it was a trap.
Yes, but it wasn't set by Melton. He expected to rescue Forrest and meet you here. Naturally, I had to dispose of that plan, and of Melton, too.
You cold-blooded killer.
I'm sorry, but in your case, that doesn't apply. You'll remain my prisoner. No doubt your father will obey orders more willingly when he knows you're in my hands. Take her to the boat and tie her up. I have an important question to settle with Reardon.
All right, get down there.
You have the blueprints of Forrest's transmitter. I want them. I'll make you a deal. Your life or the blueprints.
How do you plan to use the transmitter?
I shall revolutionize the world's industrial setup on my own terms. Or destroy those who oppose me.
I see. Well, you'll never get those blueprints.
Think it over a minute. That isn't long when you're facing eternity. What's your final answer?
No.
Step aside, Brand. fact, you suspected Melton was Captain Mephisto.
We were wrong. Mr. Melton met his death in a brave attempt to save my father and his invention.
How do you know that? You have only the word of this Captain Mephisto that Melton was murdered.
No, I sent out some fishermen to grapple for the body. They found it under the pier, wrapped in canvas and weighted down. Is there anyone that should be notified?
No. Melton had no relatives besides us. By our contract, we inherit his share of Mystery Island.
You see, his private estate consists of a collection of rare books and old charts pertaining to the island. But I believe he sold those to the collectors on the mainland.
That is true. I remember one of them was a chart of the underground tunnels and passages on Mystery Island, drawn up by old Captain Mephisto himself.
A chart of the tunnels? If we had that, we might learn where they're holding Father a prisoner.
We'll get it if it's still in existence. I have a number of friends on the mainland who would be happy to help me get it.
If you'd care to fly there, you could use the company plane.
Thanks, Braley. We'll leave immediately.
It's a long flight. We'd better have Ruger put up a lunch for you.
I'll get it ready at once.
You'll be interested to learn that Reardon and your daughter are leaving for the mainland.
No doubt to consult the authorities about bringing you to justice.
No, Forrest. They'll never return. Your last hope is gone. So you'd better resign yourself to finishing the power transmitter. Reardon has discovered the existence of a chart to the passages and tunnels of the island. He's going to fly to the mainland in search of it. I have a plan to stop him permanently. Ruger is preparing a hamper of lunch. That is how we'll take care of him.
Hello? Yes, this is the mansion house. Ruger speaking. Yes, Mr. Reardon is in his room. Yes, may I take a message? Yes? All right, I'll tell Mr. Reardon at once. They just phoned from the airfield, sir. Your plane is ready.
Thank you, Ruger.
It won't be long now.
Our celebrated criminologist is going to find his luncheon thoroughly indigestible.
Mephisto undoubtedly knows about the secret tunnel chart. Probably we'll try to get it before we do.
That's true, but I have one advantage. I know a number of curio dealers who will help me locate it.
The island. Where do we go from there?
We point north of northeast. Do a little navigating.
Either this compass is crazy or I am. The point doesn't stay in one place for longer than 2 seconds at a time.
Something's deflecting it. Have you got a flashlight or any electrical gadget in your handbag?
I don't think so.
Just 2 minutes, Mr. Reardon and the girl will take off for eternity.
I can't figure it. Take a look in that lunch hamper back there.
It's all over now.
We'll just check to make sure. Calling Lance Reardon. Calling Lance Reardon.
They don't have radios where those two have gone.
Calling Lance Reardon.
This is Lance Reardon. Come in.
The bomb failed.
It couldn't have. Reardon must have discovered it. You've got to take my private plane and beat him to the mainland. Trail Reardon wherever he goes. When he locates the chart, move in.
Yes, sir.
I hope at last we've run the chart to Earth.
Pembroke assured me over the phone that he brought it from Melton. You wait here. I won't be long.
He's left the girl outside. We'll grout the service entrance.
This is exactly what I need to find Forrest and hang Captain Mephisto as high as Haman.
I'll take that chart.
Thanks, Claire.
Lance, what happened?
It's Brand again. He's up there.
Here's the chart we came for. Take it and wait for him in the car.
One peep out of you and you're finished. So you've got it, eh? Where's Reardon? So that's it, eh? We're going down. Everything all set?
Yeah, we'll be underway in 5 minutes.
I don't think you will.
Reardon.
Toss those guns overboard. Now, Brand, where's Miss Forrest?
I don't know.
Get over there.
Nick of time, Lance. I can't understand how you found me so soon.
Simple.
The dead man in Pembroke's office had second-mate papers on him. I checked with the maritime registry and found that he was on this freighter. Where's the chart?
He burned it. Our last chance to find Father's gone.
Not at all. I'll have Inspector Reed get the information we want out of this man. There's a telephone on the dock. Phone the police and tell them to come down and take charge of the ship.
And now, a roundup of the latest news. The disappearance of Professor Forrest again made the headlines last night when Lance Reardon, the famous criminologist, captured Sidney Brand, a criminal with a police record. Reardon claims the professor is prisoner of a certain Capitán Mephisto somewhere on Mystery Island, and that Brand will be forced to tell all he knows about it. Meantime, the police are holding him incommunicado. This case has caused widespread interest because of an invention the professor has been working on.
We've had nothing but trouble since Reardon first came here. Now this unfortunate publicity may ruin our export business.
Well, after all, Forrest did disappear, and he's someplace on the island.
Even that's not certain. Nothing's been proved.
And as far as I can see, it never will be proved.
CM calling FA. CM calling FA. Come in, FA.
FA answering. I've been expecting your call.
And you know what I want. Get Brand out quick.
That's not so easy. He's being held incommunicado.
It's up to you to get action. Your underground connection should be of some help. You've paid them enough of my money.
I'm doing all I can. My men are watching the jail day and night. A chance will come if they move him.
I warn you, you'd better not fail.
We couldn't get any information out of him. I hope you can do better with this lie detector.
We will. This machine picks up reactions from respiration, pulse, and blood pressure, which no one can control. If he lies, indicator will fluctuate and tell me so. Now, Brand, we're all set. You'd better tell the truth. It'll save time.
I got lots of time. Shoot.
Is Professor Forrest on Mystery Island?
No.
Lie number one. He is there. Is he rebuilding the radioatomic power transmitter?
No.
Lie number two. Does he have enough radium on hand to finish the job?
I don't know.
Another lie.
What's all this talk about radium? I thought we were trying to locate Professor Forrest.
We are. But if all other means fail, we're going to take a radium detector to Mystery Island. We'll help locate the radium and lead us to it.
I see. And right to Professor Forrest.
Exactly. Who is Capitán Mephisto?
I don't know.
The indicator doesn't move.
The first time he's telling the truth. He doesn't know. Is Capitán Mephisto one of the owners of Mystery Island?
No.
Back to lying again. You'd better tell the truth. Do you know where he stays and where he keeps Professor Forrest prisoner?
Well, get over there.
Good work, Hill. How'd you find me?
We had a man watching every precinct station. When they brought you here, I followed.
My getaway. I don't know what happened to Hill. Oh, yes. They found out Forrest is working with radium. Reardon said he'd use a detector to locate it.
What? Do you realize what this means? A radium detector will lead him right to this place, to Forrest, to me. Everything I've planned will fall through. And you just remembered. Reardon is flying back here today. He sent a cable to Ruga instructing him to have a car at the landing strip at the other end of the island. Here's what I want you to do. Take my plane. When Reardon leaves the landing field in that car...
Just think, Father will soon be free and we can all leave this awful island for good.
Yes, but I wish we'd had the radium detector sooner. Not so happy that we're back on the island.
This is becoming a typical Mephisto welcome.
Wait a minute, Claire. It might be the radium detector they're afraid of.
Lance will never find Father if we lose the detector or if it's destroyed.
I'll see that nothing happens to it. I'm going to hide it before we get to the mansion.
Good. Then we won't have to tell the owners anything about it.
Now that we know that one of them is Captain Mephisto, we'll tell them as little as possible.
You seem reticent, Reardon, as if you weren't inclined to confide in us the way you used to.
I've told you what happened, Armstrong. We're still convinced that Claire's father's a prisoner here, and we're determined to find him.
Then surely you must have some plan in mind.
As a matter of fact, I have a tentative plan. But there are good reasons why I'm going to keep it secret.
Let's hope it's a good one.
I trust you won't think Mr. Armstrong rude. He seems a little upset lately.
We understand, Professor Hargraves.
Good luck on your plan. And be careful.
We shall.
Hello, Ruga.
Welcome home. I was out when you came, but I thought Miss Forrest would like some tea.
Glad to see you.
Thank you.
And I'll take care of your bags.
Thanks.
What did you think of the Armstrong performance?
He was certainly anxious to find out what we had in mind. I'm glad we didn't bring the radium detector here.
When are we going to use it?
As soon as we get the motorboat.
Motorboat? I thought a radium detector was used on land.
It is. We're going to use a boat to throw Mephisto and his crowd off the scent. We'll land at North Point and work our way along the beach.
What makes you think my father and the radium are on North Point?
Nothing, except that he's probably in a cave. And there's several caves along the North Shore.
Sorry, sir. I wasn't able to stop Reardon and the girl with the bombs.
I know all about that. I'm going to give you a chance to make amends for it.
How?
By keeping Reardon from using the radium detector, which would eventually lead him right to the radium in the power transmitter. He's going to North Point by boat and start from there.
He won't even get started.
I hope I can depend on that. Whatever you do, get that radium detector.
Yes, sir. Hold it, Reardon. I'll take that detector.